Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hi everybody, hello. Welcome to today's In the Studio with Stacy class. Welcome to our live chat. If you are joining me during the premiere of today's class, that would be 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hello. So as everybody's joining in the class, say hi to us on the live chat. Now, In the Studio with Stacy, what is that and what does it mean? Well, it's a weekly class that we do every Wednesday, but it is a series of classes where I pick one type of fine art product. And for the entire month, we use that product in so many different ways, or a lot of education about that product. And we try to incorporate it into what we do as paper crafters, our paper crafting makes. It really is a series of classes that is meant to show you just how beautiful fine art product is, how affordable it can be, and that fine art is about the quality of product, not about your talent level. No, it's about starting with something that is a better standard of product, an elevated standard of product, giving you a better result in your finished product, even though maybe it's fine art. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's kind of like, I always say, it's kind of like baking with the dollar chocolate or the dollar store chocolate chip morsels for your chocolate chip cookies, or baking with Ghirardelli chocolate chips. One is going to give you a better result even if you use the same recipe for both of them. So this month has been with Jacquard. We have been featuring Jacquard Lumiere acrylic mica paints, and they are beautiful. We started 3 weeks ago. This is the last class. This is the 4th week. This is the last class for this product because next week In the Studio with Stacy starts for March, and I have a whole new series of classes for you. But we've really enjoyed everything we've done and what we've learned about Lumiere because we learn it together. I take classes, I sit with the principals of the company, I am tutored and mentored by Jeff from Royal Talents, who's the director of education, and Asher, who's the president of Jacquard. Asher spent hours with me. I had so many questions about Lumiere. What is it? Why is it? How is it? So for the most education, to get most of those questions answered, that's always week 1. We always do week 1, lots of education. And then the subsequent weeks, we play a lot with the product. Oh my gosh. Last week, I took their specialty colors, their celestial colors, and their highlight colors, which are their interference colors. I took one color of Lumiere, I took a blue, and I mixed it with all those specialty colors. And we ended up with 11 different shades of amazing blue, all of them with different undertones and finishes. It was wonderful. This week, I thought I would finish up with a question that most of you have been asking a lot. What ink can I use to stamp on it, or can I even stamp on Lumiere? Well, Lumiere is an acrylic paint. It is a mica acrylic paint, which means the pigment in it is a mica pigment. So lots of shine, lots of sparkle, but the binder is still acrylic. And acrylic is essentially a glue. So when you put it on something, whether it be with your Amsterdam acrylic paints or the Lumiere mica acrylic paints, when it dries, it becomes very non-porous. Not like a dye-based product where it seeps into the paper. Lumiere sits on top of the paper. It doesn't absorb in like a traditional dye-based ink because it is not. It has an acrylic binder, and that means you can use it on glass and metal and plastic. You could paint your outdoor furniture with it, canvases with it. You can use it on paper, absolutely. There's not a lot. Fabric, yes, you can use it with fabric. And if you let your Lumiere dry, think about 72 hours total, or after 24 hours, do a light heat set. will not wash off your fabric. That is the acrylic binder in the paint doing all of that for you. The Lumiere part is the mica and the beautiful yumminess, the colors that shine and sheen, and how the light refracts off of that paint and comes back to your eye. So you see, it's amazing how light waves change. Every color we see is all bounced off of a light wave to give us that color. Amazing. So I thought I would play today with ink and show you what ink will work. I highly recommend that you get out some of your Lumiere paint and you swatch it. I know it's all shipping right now. We've got tons of it shipping out right now. You just swatch a couple of your papers, whether it be 100-pound cardstock or maybe you're using your Royal Talens Van Gogh mixed media paper, which I'm hoping is in today. I'm hoping. But you put some color down and then grab your inks and see what inks work best for you. Some people were asking, well, will it be StazOn? StazOn will work. StazOn tends to be sticky. So it will go down, but then you kind of have to pull it off. And there's some things that would be more difficult to do with StazOn that I'm going to do today. I'm going to be working with my Jacquard waterproof black ink. It's like that ink does everything. But I also brought over my Stacy Park Jacquard black ink, which is a dye-based ink, and it is water soluble, to see if it will dry on Lumiere. We'll see. We're going to experiment together, and we're going to play, and we're going to stamp, and we're even going to stencil a little bit just to see how the two inks work either together and they work great, or nope, not this one. You're going to need to get this type of ink to make it work. So I'm not going to play with StazOn at all today, just because there's some things that it cannot do. And so I'm going to stick with the Jacquard Color Pad waterproof black ink that we use all the time. And I've got my Stacy Park Premium dye-based black ink for you. Now, on Saturday, I'm going to pull Lumiere out probably one more time. I'm going to use it in conjunction with another product for my Saturday with Stacy class. So while this is the last class for In the Studio with Stacy for February, I'm going to use the product one more time during our Saturday with Stacy class, along with Ecoline watercolors and a whole bunch of good stuff. So I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. It's good to see everybody. I've got such pretty things to show. I really do. I brought in stamps from Indigo Blue. I love them. I've got stencils from a couple different companies, but I think it is an experiment day to see what we can accomplish, what we can do, stamp and stencil with what types of inks. So let me get my glasses on so I can see. Hello. Okay, and I'm going to cut up a few pieces of paper, and we're going to paint with Lumiere. I didn't pre-prep anything. So we're going to make a few sample. Oh, I should have just done that. Stacy, I should have just done that. I think I'm just going to do them in halves, and that way I have more room. I'll save those for Saturday, and I have, ooh-wee. All right, so I've got some to play with. I've got my smaller, my 8x10 gel plate here from Jelly Arts. I love it because it holds my paper down seamlessly. It's so good. Makes my life easy. And hopefully, yeah, I think that's good. You can see everything. So I am going to be using my brush from Royal Talens. This works great with an acrylic. You don't want to use your watercolor brushes with your acrylics. You want to save those for watercoloring. And remember, an acrylic is the binder in the product. So the mica is what makes the color, and the mica is 100% pure pigment. So light fast is amazing. Then Jacquard mixes this in with a beautiful acrylic binder that is crystal clear. Yeah, I guess we can start here. Crystal clear. So when it dries, it has a luminosity that is stunning. It is opaque. You can blend them. It will go over black paper or colored paper. And it dries relatively quickly. Now, if I let the Lumiere dry in my brush is now glued. It's just glued closed. I've just glued my brush down forever and ever and ever. So you want to be able to wash your brush out thoroughly when you are all done. And you see I'm just taking the colors and blending the colors in. And they just seamlessly blend together. So lovely. And I just want to make a couple little backgrounds so we can play a little bit. I'll use a little bit more of that. And this one is our metallic copper. The first one I used is our metallic gold, and the second one I used is our sunset gold. So again, I'm just gonna move them into each other and make a nice little blend. And these are done with a mica powder and a acrylic binder. And as they dry, what you get is beautiful, really stunning colors. So let's let that one dry. I'm going to clean my brush and let's try some different colors. Give a shake. And I'm just going to make some beautiful backgrounds. Coverage is easy. Did I use this one? This is metallic bronze. Okay, let's use some metallic bronze and see what we get. And we'll put a little bit more blue. And make a blend. A little more bronze. And make a blend. Now I like that we can get these in the small size. The original size is large, and I love this too. This has a wide mouth, which makes it super easy for you to put your paintbrush in. But if you've never played with these before, Jacquard allowed me to do the small sizes. Nobody else has the small sizes open stock. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of paint in here. And you will be able to take this, let's say this becomes your most favorite color. Then you're able to buy the larger size and you can refill your jar. So you always have some dauber ready, or some with the little top, so it's easy to squeeze out, and you will always have some for a wide mouth. I kind of like these colors. This looks very beachy to me. All right, I think I'm going to let that one dry. And again, let's see, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Jacquard is a fine art company, and because of that, most of their products are beautifully light fast, and they're all made with the highest caliber of product. The mica that is in your Lumiere paints is the same mica they use for their Pearlex. And Pearlex is 100% mica powder. That gives you the opportunity to paint with it, or we use it with glues. We stamp and we go over. The same product that is in here, the mica that is in here, is your Pearlex. What changes this is that acrylic binder. Let's do one more. You always want to give a little bit of a shake because you want to get that acrylic and that mica mixed together. See, I like having the little squeeze and making it easy. And then let's see, I have got metallic olive green or pearlescent emerald green. Give a shake. I think I've got it closed up. There we go. Oh, look at that color. Is that color beautiful? And I'm just going to do some backgrounds so we have something to play with. And a little paint goes a long way. I would rather start with less and add than put too much down and you can't put it back in the bottle. Do we want a bottom color to this? And then maybe a little bit of my green. Just to make a blend. And then I think I'll do the last one, just a solid color. Just a solid. And this will give us something to play with. You see how easy it spreads. I didn't clean my brush in between, I'm just going for it. And you're ultimately making your own metallic or pearlized paper. Now, metallics are called metallics because they're gold, silver, bronze, copper. All the other colors are called pearlescent. Just to denote the difference, look at that, between a true metallic and a color. I like that. Let's do one more. This is a duo color, so you can see it's got pink and it's got gold. I want to give it a really good shake so that I can combine all of that mica together. This is our Halo Pink Gold. And it's going to give me a pink color with gold floating as almost an under. It's going to give me a beautiful pink color, and as I move it and light reflects off of it, I will have shimmers of gold coming through. See how my paper doesn't move? Isn't that nice? So you've got a gold undertone with a pink. All right, that gives me plenty to play with. Now to clean off my jelly plate, I just take a wet wipe and go in there and pull all that acrylic off. Some of you might want to throw down some acrylic and pull the color off to make a print. Best way to clean up your jelly plate from Jelly Arts is either using Gamsol. Gamsol will take all of it off. Mineral Spirits will take all of it off. Or you can use a baby wipe. All right, so which one did we start with? I think we started here. Did we start here or did we start here? Well, they're both dry, so I'm good to go with either of them. And I think we'll start with stamps. So, oh, I forgot to bring a stamp block with me. Well, we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way then. Let's see, do I want to use this one? Pretty. Do I want to go this way? All right, so we're going to try with our color pad first, which is a waterproof ink by Jacquard. That means you can stamp with it or stencil with it and lay down watercolor over the top or any kind of spray or mist or marker, and the color will not move. The black will not move. Now, I did not bring a block with me. I can make a block maybe out of one of my Sizzix plates. Do I want to do that? Okay, so I'm just going to make a block out of one of my Sizzix cutting plates. And I'm going to stay on my Jelly Art gel plate. I was thinking maybe I could get two. They'll be a little different, but right now we're just playing. That's all we're doing, right? We're playing. So let's ink up with our color pad. Again, waterproof. It is a dye-based ink. But when it sets to waterproof. Maybe we go here. And let's give a press. Now my stamp is going to be able to make really good contact with my paper because I'm on my gel plate, and that gel plate is gushing down a little bit every time I push. So it's pushing my stamp into my paper, making really good contact. And then let's pull up and see what we get. Ooh, pretty. So, will this dry? Well, we're gonna have to give it a minute or so to set. And we're gonna put it to the side and we will come back. This one we did with our color pad. The next one we'll do with our regular Stacy Park Jacquard. Now I know most of you hopefully have a waterproof ink. Every ink is different. Every StazOn is a different formula than an archival, and a waterproof is a different formula than what's in my Jacquard inks. Everybody's inks are formulated differently. All dye-based inks are formulated differently. Everybody's got their own little special recipe for it. So you can take your dye-based inks and try and see if any of them will dry. So let's put this one down. And we'll try my ink. And we'll see what we get. Again, nice press. You don't have to push. You're not doing chest compressions. No, you don't have to do that, especially because if you're working on any kind of a gush pad or a jelly plate, it's going to make that contact for you with little pressure. If you're working with a stamp positioner, absolutely, easy peasy. Okay, so here's mine. I think it looks okay. We're gonna let them both dry. So this is SP ink. And this is waterproof. Oh, my waterproof is almost dry. Almost dry. I'm not going to touch my SP ink, and I don't think it gave as good of coverage as the waterproof. I don't think it came through as nice with a single stamped image. I think that waterproof might have done a slightly better job. But let's put those aside. And let's play with these. And I'll change my stamp up. And this time we'll use from Indigo Blue. It's a beautiful stamp, really beautiful. And also from Indigo Blue, that was our first one. So we'll take it off and maybe we'll start here. And we'll see what we get. And I'm going to do my color pad ink first. So this stamp is as much about the negative space as anything else. And let's see what we get. Nice all over pressure. No chest compressions. I could have absolutely used my Stenciling stamp tool from Sizzix for this. And look at how beautiful is that. Now I need to let it dry. So we're going to put it to the side, and this is waterproof. And then this one will do with my ink. So the big question was, can you stamp on Lumiere? Yes, you can. But ink matters. You got to use the right tool for the right project, and different inks do different things. A pigment ink is completely different than a dye ink, which is completely different than an alcohol ink. So that luminosity is showing through, but we'll have to see if it dries. This is SP ink. Now coming back to our first one, I'm dry. My image is not moving. It's staying where it's supposed to be. I'm completely dry. And this was the waterproof. Not as, oh no, that's not good. There's the SP ink. That's not what we're looking for. So ink makes a difference. Yeah, we're not going for that, are we? No, we're not going for that at all. That's a boo-hoo. So we now know that SP ink, Stacy Park Jacquard ink, not so good. Waterproof ink, much better. Or StazOn, or archival. But there are things that you can't do with StazOn that you may want to do with your Lumiere, like stencil. People do stencil with StazOn. You have to have a, keep a special brush. It gets goopy is the problem with a blending brush and StazOn. It can get goopy. Let's put that over there for now. And let's bring over now this one's completely dry. Ooh. And I've got a lovely stencil. This is by Crafter's Workshop. It is the Mini Cosmic Swirl. I can put my paper down. I can put my stencil down. Maybe go down a little further. There we go. And then I can take, I'm not going to use my Stacy Park ink because that's just going to wipe right off. It's just going to wipe right off. I can take my color pad, oh, got one right here, my color pad, and with my Crafter's Workshop stencil brush, I can go in and add my color. Now right now, the black waterproof only comes in black. I sent an email over to Jacquard saying, How about a sepia? What if we had a brown too? And I'm waiting to hear back. My stencil brush has longer bristles and is a little bit more firm. It's not a soft brush, not like our blending brushes that we use for our inks, those really fine, soft brushes. This allows me to get in there and get my color down, and I like a swirl, swirl, swirl. Pretty. Have no idea what it's going to look like when we pull up. But I do know that it will take a little time to dry. Can you take a heat gun to do it? Yes, you can set it with a heat tool. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. And I need to give it some time to dry. But that's a wow moment. And my brush doesn't get goopy. I can wipe off my ink. Again, if you want it completely clean, you can use a Gamsol or a mineral spirits. I can even wash my brush if I want to. Just because it's stained black, if I wash my brush, doesn't mean I can't use it with another color. So let's do another one. This is pretty, so pretty. Let's do this one. Gosh, I don't know if I want to do, oh, and I have this one. Oh, good. Because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this one this way or if I want to do it with this one. Oh, decisions are always so hard. This is also from the Crafters Workshop. It is Hanging Vines. Cut my paper down just a little bit. All right, this one I'm going to have to hold in place because my paper is a little bit big. But again, not using the Stacy Park ink. As much as I love my ink, it is not the right tool for what we are doing. Oh, my brush is still wet. I'm going to say my brush is still wet. Ooh, we'll see. I've still got water in there. That's better without the water in there. And that stencil brush really moves the ink. And we just finish it up. Ooh. All right. So let's see what we get when we finish this last little section. Oh, pretty. See, it was a little wet over there, but that's okay. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is beautiful. Are we almost dry? Oh, we are. We are. Look at that. That's a happy day. That's using the right product for the right application. Holy smokes, artichokes, that's beautiful. Okay, let's trim this one down just a little bit. I still have that one last one to do. I'm just gonna trim that piece off because I can. I just trimmed off the piece that the water went underneath it. So many ways to use the product. This one just came out fab. Love it. But I still have one more left, so we'll do one more. Do we want to stamp or do we want to stencil? Maybe we'll stencil. And maybe, since I know what I'm going to stencil, maybe I'm going to come back. Because I've decided what I'm going to stencil, so I think I'm just going to blend this up a little bit. So this is after I already laid my first coat of color down. Look at how it just melts into each other. Is that gorgeous? Now I have to let it dry for a second. I can't go too fast. So we'll wipe this down while I'm giving that a second to dry. Love that color combination. So we'll clean up after ourselves. And the stencil I'm going to use is by Minte. It's called Meadow. And we'll stencil in our silhouette. Now this one's staying in place because I have more of the stencil on my jelly plate. And my paper doesn't move at all. And I use my swirl, swirl, swirl technique. And I'm just using the top of the stencil. Because I want to keep that skyline. So we're taking Fine Art Lumiere acrylic mica paints, mixing it with paper crafting stencils and paper crafting stamps, all on 110-pound paper. And let's see what we get done. Oh. Okay, yes, please. I love this. I can do this all day long. And then I have to give it time to dry because we are working on something that is non-porous. Look at that. We're all good. This one's dry. Dry. This one, not so much. Oh, it's better now, but not so crazy about that. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. This one we did with the watercolor. Oh yeah, dry. Feels good. Feels good. So I'm gonna pop this one on out. And we can mat it and make a finished project. Mat it, add a sentiment, make a finished project. Mat it, sentiment, finished project. All of these are now, look at that, see the pink, the gold, the pink, the gold. It's a duotone. And I love this one. And I love it with the brush strokes. I'll figure out something to do with it to keep those those brush strokes in. But we'll figure out something to make with this. So can you stamp on top of the Lumiere? Yes. Yes, you can. Using the right ink is going to be paramount. It's going to be crucial, or you may end up with just a hot mess. Yeah, we'll do something fabulous with these. Because they'll all look absolutely amazing. But Lumiere, fine art product at a paper crafter's price. The small jars are the small little bottles are about $2.50 each, and yet you are talking about something that is light fast for over 100 years, is made with 100% mica pigment and a crystal clear acrylic binder. They're stunning and affordable. The small jars, we do have an I Want It All for all the small jars. All the small jars, well, all of the colors do not come in small jars. We've got 20 colors in the small, and I want to say that there's maybe 40 in the full size. But if you've never played with them and you want a place to start, this is a great place because there's so much in here, so much you can do. And we have done so much with them over the 4 weeks. And it's just lovely to make magic happen. So we'll put the stamps that I used today and the stencils that I used today as part of the In the Studio with Stacy, and definitely you need this, and we have the re-inker. Super important. But for In the Studio with Stacy, this is kind of going to wind it up for Lumiere. I'm so sad. But we've had so much fun with it. And the fact that we're able to bring you the small sizes so you are able to try and play and love it just makes my heart happy. I know many of you, your orders are either already to you or on the way to you. They're just magical. And they're manufactured right here in California. And Jacquard is one of the most respected names, like Royal Talons, one of the most respected names in the fine art industry. Asher, the principal, the president, he's like 6'7" to start with. He's like, hey, Asher. But he is one of the most respected people in our industry, as is Kyle, who runs Royal Talons North America. They produce beautiful products. They stand by their products. They meet a standard of quality that artists need. We as paper crafters might not worry about whether our make is going to last 100 years or more, but isn't it nice to know you're using a product that it could? And at $2 when they're on sale, it's like $2.50 for something that is a caliber or 10 above what we're used to having here in our world, our paper crafting world. So this is it for Lumiere for this month. Next month, we get into something completely different. And if you've ever heard of Pantone, well, next month, I think Pantone is going to become an important thing for us. So all of the product is at your local art store. You can walk into a local art store if you've got a mom and pop. Ask them for Lumiere by Jacquard. Ask them for beautiful fine art products from Royal Talons. If you're lucky enough to have that art store, go say hello. And if not, well then Scrapbooking Made Simple is always here for you. So I'm Stacy, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. The next time I see you will be Saturday morning when we have a full-length technique-based class for you. I'm going to try to incorporate some of the Lumiere for the very last time and show you one more thing to do with it. And we'll be playing with liquid watercolor from Royal Talons, and I've got beautiful things in from Studio Light for you, and that is a full-length technique-based class. We live chat during the premiere, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom, right here on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel. So until then, everybody, bye. Thanks for hanging for February. Let's look forward to March. Bye, everybody.